Hello, everybody. How are you? I'm Dwayne Shig, and welcome to Talk About It. And as I always say, if it brings information, inspiration, education, and elevation, we will talk about it. Tonight, we have some very special guests on that are going to bring some encouragement and intelligence to the show. And I'm thankful that they came on because they make me look like I know what I'm doing. And so we appreciate them. I'm going to just introduce their names, and I'm going to have them tell you a little bit about what they do. Tonight, our subject is incarceration and liberation. We want to talk about incarceration and overcoming, not going back, and different things of that nature. So, want to go, ladies first. Ms. Darlene Burke, how are you today?
I am wonderful. How are you, Dr. Shig?
I'm doing real good. I'm doing real good. So just introduce yourself and your organization and tell the people a little bit about what you do before we get into our conversation.
Okay. So first and foremost, thank you so much for allowing me to be a guest on your show. I
Not a problem.
appreciate you. Well, like Dr. Shig said, my name is Darlene Burke. I am the founder and executive director of 10 Toes In, which means all in, committed, loyal to your partner. And what we do, we go inside of men's prisons throughout the state of California, and we teach them how to be in healthy relationships with their female partner. Once they're paroled, and most of the men that we do serve are either lifers or LWOPers, life without the possibility of parole, but they do come home. So once they are back in society, we enroll them into our case management program, where we provide them with resources and information and supportive services. And so with that said, the supportive services will include gift cards, helping them with rental assistance, helping them with car repairs, things of that nature. We also have an employment program, which helps them get jobs. And that also has services attached to it. In addition to, we have monthly support group meetings for our formerly incarcerated brothers, who we also refer to as male returning citizens, and their female partners. So they get to meet in a setting with just the men. Then the women who love them get to meet in a setting just for them. And then we have a couple support group meeting where they both meet in a space where they're surrounded by other couples on the same journey. So that is 10 Toes In a nutshell. And we're also a 501c3 located in Los Angeles County.
Located in Los Angeles County, but you got 3 offices, right?
You have 3 offices. Thank you, God.
Yeah, you all just opened a new one recently, right?
We did in your city in Compton, CPT.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Great. That's great. On the move. And our next guest is Brother Deron Smith, and I want to ask him to introduce himself. And he's a man of very talent. He's going to tell us about his organization, what he does. So thank you for being here, brother.
Hey, it's my pleasure. And Dr. Shig and Darlene, you know what? This is it's a great opportunity, and especially your topic being so relevant and dear to my heart. But as he said, that my name is Deron Smith. I'm the president and CEO of I Dream Academy Mentoring and Development. Now, I'm based out of Cincinnati, Ohio, Nasty Natty, where we actually are working with youth development, mentoring, and our entire goal is to break cycles. So not only do we want to get to the place of incarceration, we want to impede that. We want to stop it before it gets to that level. So I Dream Academy has developmental coaches that work with the youth. We start at age 5 all the way up to 18. Absolutely. And so we're dealing with traumatic experiences, and we want to just impede that. And so like Darlene, we have the resources of entrepreneurship. We do it by way of martial arts, boxing, career pathways, entrepreneurship, and all of those things that we can expose these youth to, while yet providing resources for them. And then lastly, I served 10 years behind the bars. So I'm a previously formerly incarcerated individual that has multiple penitentiary numbers before now, the award-winning author. And so how do we get to the point of breaking the cycles is where we really focus on. Now, lastly, we are part of reentry. On my other side of it, we work with the Hamilton County Youth juvenile courts. So we affiliated with the CPS school system, the Department of Youth Services, as well as our Job and Family Services and foster kids here in the city. So we got our hands in the pot, but mainly we want to make sure that we can impede the process and break the cycles before they reach the adult prison system.
Oh, that is great. You all, if I'm hearing you correctly, you all are kind of, I'll say sandwiched, because you deal with some of the same people issues, but just on different ends of them, right? And both of them are needed.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Yeah, the latter and the beginning. I mean,
exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I want to ask the both of you, and I'm going to go with you, Duran, first. I'm going to ask you the same question. How did you get, I don't want to say involved, but this passion, this mission that you're on, dealing with mentoring and all the things you just said, as it relates to incarceration, as it relates to breaking the cycle, how were you provoked to, what's the precipitation of that happening with you in your life? How did you get started doing this?
Well, the desire was knowing the importance and relevance of being able to dream. Where part of my book, Innocence of a Child, it highlights the place that if you don't have a vision and if you can't see past the doorstep, then it's hard to achieve something you can't see. I personally, in my own life, did not have that person or people really pouring into me at that time, telling me that I can be this or I can be that. So the title, hence I Dream Academy, was to go back and let every youth know that they can dream and they can become that. And so that's the essence of Innocence of a Child. It was spilled out of my own personal traumatic trauma.
Wow.
So I wanted to go back, and that's the storyline of Innocence of a Child. I wrote that on my penitentiary journey, and I had it published out in the city.
Wow. So this is not just, some people have organizations and it's just what they do. This is more than just you doing something. This is actually a part of you.
It's embedded. It's in the fiber. And it's who I am growing up in the chaos and all of that other stuff. My whole goal was to produce venues so that we can break those cycles and more so stop them before they even, and make awareness so that when I do become an adult, I'm not still living out childhood traumas.
Oh, and Darlene, before you answer the same question, how did you get started? I want to deal with something that Duran said, dealing with childhood trauma and not having certain things, the stuff that he talked about. In your experience with working with, the clientele, the brothers that you work with, in your experience, has that been those things that Duran said, childhood trauma, not thinking that you're good enough and all those things, are those significant factors? And, in your experience and having dealt with the men, are those significant factors in terms of why fellas get caught up and why they return?
Absolutely. Dealing with ACEs, adverse childhood experiences. Absolutely. If the childhood was nurturing and supportive and loving, the prisons would be empty.
Okay. So this can be conquered. It's not just a pipe dream that thinking we can do something to change, to lower the rate of people going to jail. It is really doable.
Oh, absolutely, it's doable. Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. And I'm sorry, I was premature to ask you a question before I let you answer the first question. But I told you, something just pops up because Duran said something that just piqued me. And it's your fault, Duran.
Okay, man. Let
And
the
so,
Lord use you, my brother.
and so, tell us, like he did, what provoked you to start 10 Toes In and do the work that you do?
Okay, so like Duran, I have lived experience. The reason why I started 10 Toes In is because I fell in love with my best friend of over 38 years while he was serving a 25 to life prison sentence in a California prison. So learning or realizing that in this relationship, it's very challenging. And I started searching for a support group for women like me. And when I say women
Mm,
like me, women who are about their business, we're professional women, but also soldiers for our men. And I searched high and low. I could not find that space. And I became the change that I wanted to see and
I
founded 10
like it.
Toes In, February 8th, 2014. And we became a nonprofit January 26, 2015. But, this journey, being a woman who, your heart loves who it loves, right? So you get involved with someone who's incarcerated and you want to tell the world, I found this man who I absolutely adore. And then your family and your friends and your church and your colleagues are like, what the heck is
Right,
wrong with you? What does this
right,
man have to offer you? He's in prison. He can't do anything for you. And when he comes home, if he comes home, he's going to abuse you. He's going to molest your kids. He's going to leave you for another woman. So
right, right.
you go through all of these derogatory comments from people that you love and who you think that love you. And so I became an avid advocate for my sisters and for my brothers. And
Okay.
every chance I get, I'm on the mountaintop saying how wonderful my brothers are, how wonderful my sisters are. I have sisters who have completed their masters and their PhDs. And I have
Wow.
brothers who have served 49 years and they're now home. And they are not only productive citizens in the community, but they are loving family men as well.
Great, great. That is powerful. You again, you touched on something, and I'm going to use this to shift to Duran. She talked about the criticism and things that people, said. In terms of you, it's a two-part question. In terms of you, getting through your penitentiary experience and then doing the things you do for the children and dealing with, incarcerated people, what kept you focused to get over the hurdles and the naysayers? Because I'm quite sure you had some.
That's for me, right?
Yes, that's for you. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, you know what? I started planning behind the walls.
Oh,
The walls, yeah. My journey didn't start the day I was exited. The day that I exited penitentiary. For any
okay.
person that comes out, typically going to be successful. The journey starts behind the walls. And so all of my years back there, I was setting goals and plans and working on behaviors and writing innocence of a child and dealing with my traumas and learning how to build relationships so that I could be in that place what that Darlene just spoke of, because I never knew how to treat him, period. And
Okay.
so it was never taught. So the focus was was planted coming home. The naysayers that knew I sold dope and did everything else, they were skeptical, but their skepticism couldn't outweigh my determination.
Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. You got to let that simmer. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you got to let that simmer. Say that one more time.
The skepticism of others could not outweigh my determination.
Oh, that's good.
And that's where the roots had to take place. I was in biblical, I was in school, I was in college, I was doing the things, allowing Christ to just chisel me from back there so that I could have that leg to stand on when I faced the oppositions that I was going to face. So I could not overcome those darts had it not been for the shield of
Oh,
foundation of God that allowed me to do that. But my determination, again, was far greater than their naysaying.
oh, that's good. That's good.
That's
That's
beautiful.
good. And
Dr.
so I like
Shig,
what you said.
I'm
Yes, go
sorry.
ahead. I'm sorry. No,
I
go
just
ahead.
want to piggyback off of what
Go
Deron
ahead.
said, right? So the prison system is the Black and Brown university for our brothers.
Ooh, wow.
You have
Yeah,
so
yeah,
many intelligent,
yeah,
educated, talented men who are
yes.
in prison. Every time I start a new class inside of the prisons throughout the state of California, I ask this question: how many of you in here feel that prison changed your life for the better? Every hand always goes up in the
Oh,
room.
okay.
Now,
And I
let me
see.
explain.
I know.
Please,
Let me explain.
yeah, please do.
Wayne's face.
Prison is a dismal place if you allow it to be.
Okay.
But what happens is our brothers are giving the space and opportunity to reflect on their lives. They're giving the space and opportunity to make different choices without having peer pressure on the outside. Now, there are brothers in there who still are with the shenanigans. Don't get it twisted, don't get it wrong. But
Okay.
at the same time, you have brothers who have taken stock, like Duran, and he went the other way. And brothers are getting their college degrees in prison. Brothers are working, learning trades in prisons. They're getting their certificates. They're learning how to be better versions of themselves while they are incarcerated. So when Duran says his transformation didn't start when he left the wall, behind the wall, his transformation started while he was incarcerated. And I'm sure that he surrounded himself with like-minded people who were
Hmm.
on the same journey and path as he was.
Okay. So incarceration doesn't have to be an end. Oh, my life is over.
Oh no, by no
Not at
means,
all.
by no means. And if just to kind of clarify that, for me in my mindset, it was my exodus because
Woo.
my trap was when I was selling dope, I was in banging, I was doing everything. I was in more bondage in this side of the gate than when I hit the place where Darlene just mentioned, the opportunity to stop. And I could take
Wow.
advantage of that. So I'm not saying that people say has prison changed you. I took advantage of the time to stop and be able to just collect and come in tune with who is Duran. Why am I acting this way? Do I
Okay.
want better? So now there's some things that I have to take on the accountability and the responsibility of coming out different.
I like that. Accountability and responsibility. So
And I'm
that's
sure
not,
that, I'm sorry.
go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
And I'm
Yeah.
sure, Duran, just like our other brothers sitting in prison or who have been paroled from prison, that
Mhm.
while you were sitting in your cell or in the day room or in the dorm, voices resonated in your head saying, Duran, don't do that. Duran, that's not right. Duran, because you are now in this space where you can listen, you can hear,
Mhm.
you can go back
Ah,
and
Mhm.
reflect,
Mhm.
right?
okay.
What has been said to you because it's in you. So you can say what you want to say right now. You may not think that person is going to get it, but trust me, it's ingrained in them. And at the right time, it's going to come out, right? They're going to
Oh,
think about it. And that may
right.
be the changing time. That might be like, oh my God, that is my transformation point, right?
And for those who
That-
take advantage of it, Dwayne, let me say this
yeah.
in
Go
closing:
ahead.
is that it's individuals who want to take advantage of
Uh-huh.
that, and you have to be able to sharpen and reframe that. That for me, my whole entire perception wasn't incarceration; it was liberation. And
Oh,
I took advantage of that moment so the gate couldn't stop me. The gate didn't decide whether or not I was going to act like an animal or talk about my dope dealing days or what have you. I had to shift all of that, and I practiced and had to become renewed,
wow.
basically. And that's the process. For those who choose to take advantage of it, the prison is not going to just do it. I don't care if you're from here, California, New York, whatever. The lockup doesn't change that. You have to be willing to take advantage of the time allotted for you to make the change.
Oh, I like that. Now that there's a book title in there, and I don't know if I'm qualified to write it, but maybe you, Darlene, or some of your brothers. The gate couldn't stop me. Ooh, I love it. I
Go
love
ahead.
it. I might not be qualified to write it, but I'm gonna inspire somebody to write it. The gate couldn't stop me. Now
Come on
that's
now.
oh my goodness.
I'm gonna pass that to Darlene. I'm gonna let Darlene take that.
No, I got
Maybe
that 10 Toes In book in me that's raring to come out. Okay.
well, you got to get out now. You know you shouldn't have told me that, Darlene.
Yes.
Because you know every Sunday I see you, I'm gonna say how the book going, how the book going. You gonna
Goodness. Okay.
yeah, you've been knowing me a while, so you know you shouldn't have told me that. But the gate couldn't stop me. So
That's good.
you talked about how you take advantage of it, and then on the outside, and when you decide you want to do something like 10 Zones In or the I Dream Academy, and just deciding that I'm going to change. How important is it to have family and friends, or what can they do to help you? Nobody can do it for you, judging by what the two of you said. But there are people watching who have family and friends. Of them not, I've never been to jail in my life, so I wouldn't know that. But I can help somebody that because in ministry you deal with a lot of different types of people, and so what would you, Darlene first, and then Duran, what would you say to someone who their brother, their cousin, their husband, their wife, their whatever has just gotten out?
So
what can you say to them to help Pookie not go back?
Okay, well, I'm going to speak from my area of expertise, which is
Okay.
relationships, right?
Right.
So while our brothers are incarcerated, the number one reason why women are attracted to them is because they give them attention, right?
Ooh.
They give them attention. They make them feel special. When they come to the visiting rooms, they're pulling out the chairs. They're looking at them in their eyes. They're just focused on them. Now, once our brothers are released from prison or custody, that attention wanes. And it wanes. If this is a good brother and he's trying to do the right thing, he's trying to become self-sufficient. He's trying to become a provider for his family. He's trying to divide his time between his woman and his other family members and his friends, and trying to go to work and, all of these things. So my suggestion to our sisters, which I always tell them this, you have to let him fly. Let him fly. Do not be that hover partner or wife, because what he's going to do is emotionally shut down and detach himself. Men detach themselves easy because that's what they had to do while they were incarcerated, because you cannot show your emotions in prison because that is a sign of weakness. But the women see them in a different light. In prison, they're their knight in shining armor. But when he comes home, she gets to see the holes in the armor, and she's not prepared for that.
Wow.
He has him on a pedestal, and now she realizes he doesn't walk on water 7 days a week. It might be 3 or 4, but it's not 7. So she gets frustrated because now I'm dealing with somebody, and it's a thing of arrested development. When a person goes into prison, they might be 17, 18, 19 years old, and they've served 10 years like Durana. They've served 25 years like my brother. But that mentality is still where they were when they came home, because they were not in this culture. They were not in this society. They were in a totally different environment. So now they're overwhelmed. They're frustrated. They feel disrespected, because in prison, respect means everything. So the sisters need to understand, you are getting to know this person all over again. It's a
Wow.
totally different dynamic than what you're used to. So your best friend becomes patience and understanding because
Woo!
man has got to assimilate. And you are going to be his primary navigator. And I'm going to tell you
Okay.
this, and I tell my brothers all the time, you choose the wrong woman, she's your ticket back to prison. If you
Wow.
choose the right woman, you can build an empire with her.
Woo! Darlene.
So
Is that gonna be in the book?
oh yeah, that's gonna be
Okay.
in the book.
I'm starting my pestiferousness already, okay? you gonna write that book just to shut me up.
Okay,
That
Dr.
is powerful. That is powerful. Duran, I want you to deal with the same question in terms of what can family or friends or whatever, from your own experience. But I want to go to break, and then I want you to answer that when we come back.
Sounds good.
If you're you've been watching Talk About It, and where we say all the time, if it brings information, inspiration, education, and elevation, we will talk about it. And this week's Talk About It is brought to you by my book, Encouragements for Tough Times. This book helps you deal with tough times in life. And, if you've recently been released, you've had some tough times. And so we just have motivating messages in here. One is called In Spite Of and Because Of. And the other one is called Are You Using Protection? It's talking about protecting your dream, protecting your mind. And each chapter, each message starts with an encouragement quote. It says, when confidence and commitment conspire, excuses to quit will expire, and you will reach your dreamed desire. And so you can get your copy, Amazon.com. And also, March the 28th, if you are an author in or around anywhere close to Las Vegas, I invite you to come on out to the Selfie Author Showcase Vegas. You'll get an opportunity to speak about, sign, and sell copies of your book. So if you're an author and in the Las Vegas area, you want to come on out and get a chance to speak about, sign, and sell copies of your books and to connect with other authors. If you're interested in that, you can leave your contact information in the comment section, or you can reach me at drdeshig@gmail.com. And we're going to have Brother Duran talk about his book at the end of the show, so you can get a copy of his also. Thank you so much. And we're glad that you're watching Talk About It. And so, Brother Duran, I want you to address that question that I asked Darlene. What can family and friends do? She spoke about it from a relationship perspective. What can family and friends do? And if you have any examples personally, what can family and friends do to help the recently released incarcerated person to not go back?
Well, first, let me salute Darlene for saying what she said, because that relationship piece is critical.
Wow.
And most men that transitions, and if they are in a relationship, I can't count the number of my brothers that have recidivated because of the positive or the negative side of what she mentioned. So patience with us as we're transitioning, because our transition is going to be completely different. Our thought processes are going to be completely different. The way I thought back there is going to be completely different than trying to meet the requirements out here, because I don't have the same responsibilities back there than I want to have out here.
That's good. Yeah.
So now my mind is shifting and it's overtaking me and it's overcrowding me. So I can't emphasize patience, but I do watch a lot of my sisters that in my own life tend to want to smother and not give me the space and not give me space to move and try and find a new discovery. We're discovering who we are.
Wow.
On our transition.
Yeah.
I don't know who I am based off the guy back here. I'm trying to discover who is Duran out here in this real world, as a father, as a son, as all of that. So I would definitely second strongly, be patient with me.
Okay.
And then the other piece that I would say that in my own personal experience were, don't give me the room to grow.
Ooh.
What I mean by that is the same person that went in, don't keep badging me on that, because now you don't have any trust, because you're still judging me based off what I was when I went in.
Wow.
Give me room to set the new pattern, and then you can base that off of that. Give me room to grow without
Ooh.
continual bashing me. Just give me the room to grow.
I like that. Give me the room to grow.
And then
Oh.
also, Dr. Shig, family members have to, including our sisters who are in these relationships, tone and language mean everything when we are dealing with our male returning citizens.
Yeah, that's not
Because
gonna go well.
again, on the prison yard, respect is priority. So when our sisters, our tongue is our weapon. We know how to cut you down, and we know how to make you feel less than, because we can't physically beat you, but we can emotionally and mentally tear you apart with our words and with our tone, right? So I say, a man is looking for peace when he comes home. He's not looking for drama and shenanigans. You want your partner to be running home to you. You don't want him staying in the streets or waiting until you go to sleep to come walk through the door. Okay? You want to be able to embrace this person and make him feel like the king of his castle, as he should do for you as well.
Right.
But it's going to take him a minute to get there, because he got all kind of things going on in his head.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All kind of things, because you want to lay down and watch Lifetime movies or go to the beach and hold hands. He's not thinking about that. He's thinking about, how can I get out here and make money for me and for you to make sure we're good? How can I make amends with my family members who I disappointed? Because he's coming out with guilt. Okay.
Wow.
And he may not have forgiven himself for what he's done. So he's also dealing with that trauma. So there's a lot of things that go on inside of our brothers that they don't talk about because they don't want to be judged. Right. But it's still a reality for them.
That's very good. Duran, I want to ask you a question, and if it's over the line, I apologize ahead of time, and you just tell me. But how much time did it take for you after you were released to, I'm trying to find the right words to say what's in my head. How much time did it take for you to be the post-jail Duran, and, forgive yourself, and, okay, I'm ready to do this. I'm not that guy anymore. You talked about discovering who you are. How much time did it take you to do that and, become Duran Smith, the author, the person that cares, not the person that was in jail?
No, great. And I would say this, because my experience were, and Darlene had mentioned it, I surrounded myself with like-minded in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's whether I'm in here, so these gangs over here, those gangs over there, these Aryan nations, whatever, that's across the country. I still had to surround myself with where I saw myself on the other side of the gate. So me laying foundation behind the walls were already there. I had to execute it and test it out here. That was does it work or not? And then I had to constantly practicing. So I can honestly say, from my experience, by me writing throughout the years and going to college and doing things that I wanted, I had some kind of foundation that I could build from. And unlike Darlene, I chose not to come out to any relationships because I knew the damage that could possibly happen. And so even in there, I cut any relationship I had. I took a different route. All of my years, I didn't do any type of emotional thing that could stir me up emotionally. That was a hard bit. but I had friends, but I chose not to get myself emotionally attached. So that
Wow.
my transition coming home was allow me to stay focused and not have to
Okay.
worry about the other component of pleasing that. So now,
And I'm
did it deviate? Um, did it get hard and challenging? Um, but I came out on that path. I became a
Right.
volunteer worker. I started, first of all, humbling myself. So I got on panels and telling my story and got into organization and went back to make amends to the counties and the things like that so that my credibility could start being built.
Okay. Okay. And so it was just the time that it took for you to do all those different things, whatever the time period that was the becoming the post prison Duran Smith. And so all those
Absolutely.
things. Okay, okay, 'cause that's good. That is good. That is good. We are almost out of time. What I want to do, I want to give, I want to say thank you again. My grandfather would always say, people don't have to be nice, and when they are, you ought to tell them thank you. And I know I've said it 3 or 4 times. I'm probably going to say it three more times before we close this, and then I'll call you tomorrow and say it again. But I really do appreciate it. What I want to do is give you 2-3 minutes, close it out, say whatever you want to say to help the people dealing with this whole incarcerated situation. Darlene first, and in doing that, close out with the things I just said, and then tell us how people can get in contact with you at 10 Toes In. And then Duran, when you take your time to give your last statements to help somebody, I want you to tell us about your book and about the iDream Academy and how we can get a copy and how people can contact you with the iDream Academy. Okay, Darlene, go.
okay. So what I want to say is that over 97% of people who are in prison are coming home. So with
Mm,
that said, either you're going to be supportive of them or you're going to be the problem that will bring them to your house to rob your house or date your
ooh,
sister and be abusive toward her. So you need to be cognizant of supporting people who are coming back into society because they
that's
can be
good.
your next door neighbor. And with that said, judgment. Let's not judge people because most times you don't know their story and why they went into prison or why they went into custody. And be humble. Be humble because as quick as God gave you something, he can strip it away from you quickly. So how you can get in contact with 10 Toes In is my number, 310-612-3977, or you can email me at Darlene, Darlene, at 10toesin.org, or please visit us on our website, www.10toesin.org. Thank you.
Great, great, great. And give us real quickly the cities. You have 3 offices, the cities that they're in.
So we are in Compton, we are in Long Beach, and we are in Los Angeles.
Great, great, great. Okay, so you know how to get in contact with her. If you know somebody or you yourself are in need of what she has, contact her. Okay, Brother Duran, give us last couple of minutes, something you want to say to help people, and then at the end of it, you promote your book and the academy and tell us how to get in touch with you.
Oh, sounds good. First, I loved it. Love having me on the show. And again, for anyone who's transitioning from incarceration, don't let prison be your death certificate. That does not have to be your final stop. Trust me. And so I just share that word of inspiration for them that is not the final stop with God. Period.
Great, great.
Secondly, iDream Academy, as you know, I'm in Cincinnati as a youth development and mentoring. We look to break cycles. We look to allow you to find that piece that needs to be put back together in that missing piece. So Innocence of a Child, again, we recently won an award, the International Impact Award. So Innocence of a Child is an award-winning spiritual autobiography that is a practical storyline from start to finish of how you can break free from the bondages with God. And so I look for, as a speaker, to travel, and I definitely need to get to California. So
Yes, you do.
amazing. And so reach us at 513-400-0373. That's 513 area code 400-0373. Innocence of a Child can be purchased on Amazon and bookstores near you. I am honored to have this opportunity. Darlene, you are doing it. Dr. Shig, bless you.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you. Both of you guys are doing great work. And I'm going to exercise something my wife always says about me. She always tells me that I'm special, but I think she means something else when she says, but I'm going to act special right now. Duran, I want to have you send me your Zelle and or whatever, and then I'll send you my address because I want to be special. I want my book. I don't want to go through Amazon. I want to go through you. So I'm going to be special today. And so you don't have to share no money with Amazon. You get to keep all of it. I'll send you, I'll talk to you and, let me know what it costs and how to Zelle it to you. And then I'll send you my address. You can mail it to me.
Amen.
After you sign it, of course.
No other way. Wouldn't have it any other way.
To all of you all who have been watching us and will be watching this in repeats, I thank you so much for spending the time with us. And I trust that something was said that gave you some information, inspiration, education, and elevation. That's what we do here at Talk About It. So join us next time on Talk About It. Duran, Darlene, thank you so much. And you all get in contact with them. If you know somebody that needs what they have, contact them. And let me say this right quick to everyone that knows Duran and say, I want to support you. Let me tell you how, as an author myself, let me tell you how to support an author. Don't just send them likes. Buy the book. That's how you support an author. You buy the book. And so go to his website and information that he gave and buy the book. I love you, man. I want to support you. Okay. Support me by buying the book. That's how you support me. Don't just like, congratulations and all that kind of stuff. And so I'm sorry, getting on my soapbox. I'm going to come back. But again, thank you so much. I told you I was going to say it 3 more times before we left. And to all the viewers, thank you so much. And join us next time here on Talk About It, because if it brings information, inspiration, education, and elevation, we will talk about it. Stay encouraged. Be blessed. You all hold on right quick.